Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me all right? I imagine you can. It's been working good so far. All right. Well, I had scheduled this to be a follow up of the affidavit on the Michigan State Bar. And, excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat tonight. So uh, apologize for that. But if it is repugnant, it must be abrogated. All right. So, just before, like 30 minutes before getting ready to come on here live, the Lord downloaded on me. It's just amazing. So, where do I want to start with this? I know people like a story. So, uh, if you haven't been following along, there's some catching up to do, but I'm going to try and give a synopsis. Um, 2015, I discover gum tissue rejuvenation. In the U.S. Medical Library of Medicine, it's stated if you have lost gum tissue, it's gone forever. It's not coming back. Science has given up on this. I had submitted my evidence to the National Institute of Health, the CDC, um, all over the world, dental schools, cannabis organizations. I mean, it's quite a story. Um, and I got too much fresh stuff in my head to recall all of that at the moment. So since then, government has been working really hard to keep this down, to keep me down, and to keep you sick. So uh, a lot has transpired here in the last mm, 7, 8 months. Now I'm in a Patriot group chat, and I had let it out of the bag that I am the executive manager for the state of Michigan. I have been since this summer. And that I had ordered through the court 3 garrison commanders to report for duty. I've done a video on it. Um, 3 garrison commanders got some answering to do. And I wonder, are we at war? You following along on social media, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff. War has been declared. Wars, Insurrection Act. This, that. The head of the snake's been taken off. Military, underground dumbs. On and on and on and on. Who knows what's going on? All I know is my whole life has been a lie. And I've been a slave. But I've been a free man, trained to be a slave, just like everybody else, since my first breath. So I had sent this. I sent the affidavits. I had to convert it into a PDF. I had to move it from the computer over to the phone because I don't keep social media on the computer. And so it's a little bit of work for me to combine some documents, delete some information, and So what I sent was the affidavit, the letter I wrote, the order, and um, the cover sheets that went with every exhibit that explains who, what affidavit. And when I came across the one for Michael Perot, the former Kalkaska County prosecutor, it said Michael P. And I'm like, well, I guess I didn't know how to spell his name. I figured when I get to the library, I'll look it up and I'll just write it in and hit print. So maybe I saved that on my thumb drive. Maybe I did, and I don't know. It don't matter. It's just a stinking cover page. However, I had to look up Michael Perot in order to uh, get this information over in this chat channel, right? So I Googled Michael Perot, and I learned that his last day as a public servant, as a county prosecutor, was July 31st, 2021. And I thought, could that have been my work? Could that have been my work? Well, now if you have listened to my talks about the Kalkaska County Sheriff, well, there's a number of them now, and I honestly couldn't tell you which one I referenced this. It's not in. It's not in where I'm educating the jail sergeant, who I was told was the undersheriff. Um, it's not that one. I can eliminate that one for you. But that's a good one. You should watch that. It's a good example on how to go in and talk to your sheriffs, because everybody needs to go in and talk with their notice of liability. I just recently did a video on the notice of liability, its power, and why you should have one, what you should do with it, and how to create it. All right. Let's get back on track now. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So the sheriff is to arrest the Kalkaska County prosecutor. I have so much paper here because I couldn't decide. Well, no, I don't have enough room. Here. Order. And order for arrest warrants, treason, maladministration, misadministration, fraud, conspiracy. All right, we got Gretchen Whitmer served and defaulted. She lost in court. Rob Buchanan. All right, that's what this we're going to read the admits. All right. We got most of the testimony out yesterday, and we'll do the admits after I get done with this story. Rob Buchanan, testimony and evidence. All right. So he hasn't been served. I ordered the sheriff's department to serve him and arrest him and detain him. So there's a lot of names on here. Last name on here, Michael Perot, Kalkaska County prosecutor. Testimony and evidence submitted. So he hadn't defaulted in a court. I was in the sheriff's office on June 28th. If I got my dates right, and I believe I do. If I'm only off by a day or two. And I had a mission to set Michigan free, to get that governor arrested. She needs to be arrested. All kind of people in prison shouldn't be in prison. All kind of people in misery and pain shouldn't be in misery and pain. All right. So, hey, Ethan, this is a good story. You're showing us a lot. You're saying PCAP this and PCAP that. What about a green card? Oh, seriously? All right. Come on, people. All right. Green card. What's this? Petition to the DEA. My very first video. Watch it. If this wasn't so serious, that would be a stinking joke. All right. All right. Well, that's one. What else you got, Ethan? Green card. I'm going to hold this up and hopefully you can read that. It says Michigan governor. You read that? Michigan governor. What else you got, Ethan? I got another one. Can you read that? Michigan governor. Huh? PCAPs. You think I'm sitting here making this stuff up? You think I got some kind of high tech stuff and I come out here and I show my face and I speak this truth? What else you got, Ethan? Susan Corbin. Michigan unemployment. More conspiracy. I beat the United States Patent and Trademark Office to get my patent issued that they denied. And I need money. And what does the unemployment office do? A lot. I haven't had a chance to make those videos yet. What else you got, Ethan? I got a whole envelope here of unemployment stuff, and I got stacks of unemployment stuff. What else you got, Ethan? Oh, we got more with Susan Corbin. Yeah, because we had a couple back and forth with her. Yeah, we got administrative law judge. We got a kangaroo court hearing. That was June this year. We got an examiner over there. I think his name, that clown's Connor Clemens. What else you got, Ethan? Here's a green card to the DEA. All right. He lost. He needs to be sitting in front of a jury of his peers. I got the PCAPs. We remove calcified plaques. We prevent calcified plaques. Plaques are the harboring ground, and they are caused by bacteria. The bacteria that they excrete is a sticky substance that sticks to your teeth and gums, and the acidic shit that they let out eats away at your teeth, which causes decay, which causes root canals. And the ADA, the American Dental Association, puts 15 million teeth in Americans' mouth every year, killing a lot of us. What else you got, Ethan? I don't know what I got here. Oh, this looks like just a copy of Gretchen. Or is there a green card in there? No. That's just a copy. What else you got? D. Christopher Evans, DEA chief. Oh, that other one must have been the United States Patent Trade. Maybe I said, I don't know what I. Excuse me if I get a little flustered here. All right, I got more. Is that enough PCAPs, green cards to show you that I'm telling you straight? Good. No, Josh, Eddie, they do not want us healthy. And they want us in fear. And I'm going to tell you what, I know most people are afraid to even give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can't be associated with him. Oh, no, I'll be in solitary confinement with the sorry SOBs from December 6th. You know, fear God, people. I think the Kalkaska County prosecutor is fearing God right now. Now, you ready for the bomb? You ready for something that's going to make you go, what God don't download on me today? God bringing some smoke. God's bringing some fire. How many of y'all ever heard the name Gretchen Whitmer? I think she's known the world over. I do. And I she could be one of the most loved governors in all history. She could be, but she ain't. Now, she lost in court. Sheriff been ordered to arrest her by the prosecutor. What you talking about, boy? All right, hang on here. I'm tied wire. I got to be careful not to disconnect. I'm going to grab a few of these papers. I have to reorganize because I just have so much stuff. But since I got these PCAPs out of the way, I can put this file back together and I can just set it down here on the floor. And I got that much more room. What you talking about, boy, you prosecutor? Well, right to courts. No person shall be deprived of the right to prosecute or defend either in person or by an attorney that person's own cause in any of the courts of this state. Am I in a court of record? You bet your sweet patooey I am. I'm in a court of record. Proper service. Now, I want a grand jury. You need a grand jury. Where is your outrage? Are you so stinking slavish? Are you so brainwashed? I know for a fact that a good man, Jose, is trying to get 1,000 signatures. He's in common law groups. There's over 1,000 members. They have family. People are afraid to put their name. Because they're afraid of a man. Your time here on this planet is short. Your time in eternity is eternity. I know I'm being a little bit less than dignified. I got some passion. Oh, I haven't got to the bomb yet, have I? That's why. That's why I'm so full. All right. So, all right. I made my point on Whitmer and the sheriff, the PCAPs, garrison commanders. All right. Now, yeah, there's no green card here, but right down here is a name. And the date on here is 12/15/15. And what's it say for that signature? I'm going to tell you. It says area waste rep. Can you see that? Area waste rep. I cannot read that autograph. I ordered a 5-yard dumpster. I talk about that and everything. Why? All right. That's a witness. It's another PCAP. What you talk about? You ordered the military. Well, here in this Arizona Constitution, Section 20, military power subordinate to civil power. That's a title. Section 20, the military shall be in strict subordination to the civil power. It says, I say, virtually the same thing in all the states' constitutions. Overnight. To the garrison commanders, how many pages you think are there? Overnight. Garrison commanders. Are we at war? You're darn tootin' we're at war. Did they get an order before I gave them an order is what I want to know. And if not, why aren't they here? And if so, why don't we know? I'm leading up to the bomb. I'm leading up to the PCAP that the good Lord dropped on me tonight. Over an hour after I scheduled this. What did I tell those garrison commanders? I told them a lot. And you know, judge is for order, of course. Juries decide. Accused can admit guilt in a court of record. The Constitution allows my case to be heard in any court. In the court of record, the accused admit treason. The sheriff admits treason. Your order is lawful. Crickets. Are we at war? You're darn right we're at war. Was an order given before my order was given? That's what I want to know. Do you want to know? I want to know. Anybody want to contact those garrison commanders? Any American? Do you care? If you do, I'm going to give you their names. I give you a little bit more than that. I'll give you what I got here. Camp Grayling Headquarters, Grayling, Michigan, 49730. I guess that's called a hyphen. 0001. Phone number 989-344-6100. That's 989-344-6100. Come on, sing it along with me, people. Memorize it. That's what we did in the old days before cell phones. So you do the first three. Come on, you can memorize it. I want you calling these garrison commanders. We are at war. Did they get an order before they got mine? And if not, how come they haven't responded? And if we're at war, how come we don't know? 989-344-6100. 989-344-6100. 989-344-6100. 989-344-6100. You got it? All right. I'm going to say it one more time. 989-344-6100. Who do you want to talk to? Garrison Commander, Colonel Lawrence Schloegl. Colonel Eric Randall. Colonel Edward Hollenbeck. Camp Grayling Headquarters. They got an order. Next page. These pages are all numbered. All right. What's this bomb you're going to drop on us, Ethan? Excuse me. Well, let's get back to Gretchen Whitmer. Now, I live in Michigan. I know this Gretchen Whitmer stuff as well as anybody. I do. And I know this story about the FBI, right? This organization that doesn't have a charter. That everybody has been enslaved to think, they're so powerful, but they're federal. They're so far down because you got the creator, the highest power, man. Then you got your state governments, and then you got your federal governments, which is the bottom. That's the pit. All right. That's the lowest level of your servants. It's a fact. So the FBI. What? You know the story, don't you? The whole world knows the story. You see, apparently there was some Michiganders that were planning to kidnap the governor. Turns out it was all orchestrated by the FBI, and the FBI got busted. Right? Am I right? Is that correct? Now, what do you think? Oh, oh, Whitmer lost in court. Whitmer lost in court. Arrest warrant was served June 28th on Patrick Whiteford's Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department. Boom. Kalkaska County prosecutor, Boots Scoots Boogies, gone last day, July 31st. Come on, people. Wake it up. I mean, wake it up. Jose Lugo. Sign his notice. I bet you most of the signatures are women. I bet you the majority are women. Men, you have been so desculated. And everyone has been slaved, which is what we're talking about. All right. I'm going to take a puff off the pipe here. So, a little glory to God. God gets all the smoke. What do we got here for admits? What is Mr. Buchanan going to be faced with? All right, we'll get going. This could be a comedy show. Now, remember, people, if you knew who you were, none of this would be necessary. I mean, absolutely none of it. I don't want a shot. I don't want to wear a mask. I want to go to the lake. Uh, I want to go for a walk. I want to have dinner with grandma and grandpa. I want to work out in my gym. Everybody, you know, everybody's got a problem. We're going to fix your problem. What do you mean, Josh Eddie? Time to tell everyone, show them. I don't know what that means. Time to tell everyone I am. I'm showing them. I'm bringing the P caps. I'm connecting the dots. I'm blowing it up with the truth. I know you're afraid to thumbs up. You're afraid to thumbs up. Oh, it wasn't me. Okay, you were talking. Okay, you're talking to somebody in the chat. Sorry, I'm so focused over here. I just decided to look over. Um, Now I gotta get back on track. So let's read a couple of admits. Now, I know of three ways to answer. Actually, there's a fourth. So, one way you could answer is to say, I admit that is true. The other way you could answer it is, I deny that as true. And another way you can answer that is, can neither admit or deny. So that would mean that you don't have any knowledge and no evidence has been presented, no unrebutable evidence has been presented before you. So when I put in article and section, that's evidence. That makes it hard. Uh, that makes it hard. And hard to deny. And it makes it really hard to say can neither admit or deny. And if you're dirty, you don't want to say admit. However, the paperwork says in the court, failure to respond, rebut point by point under penalty of perjury by acquiescence, you admit. That's not the exact language, but I'm paraphrasing. All right. Come on, don't hold my feet to the fire. I got a lot scrambling around in my brain. I'm just trying to pull it in, let it fit where it can. All right. So let's read and admit here. That's what's the first one I put on this man. Well, this would be put on him. Admit that the constitutional common law status and standing as taxpayer, as adult taxpayer outside the United States is where the American people have franchise of all rights guaranteed within the Republic States common law constitutions. Admit that the status and standing within the United States is where the people have no constitutional common law rights guaranteed within the Republic States constitutions. And I see the bar works on assumptions and presumptions. And the judge will say, do you live in the United States? And pretty much everybody, including me, says yes. Then the judge might say, have you been advised of your rights? And you'll say, well, I mean, if you've talked to an attorney, you might say yes, but the fact of the matter is you haven't. All right. Out of commentary, back to reading. Admit the United States is located within 10 square miles of America. Admit that the District of Columbia is the United States. Admit that a judge will ask a defendant if they live in the United States. Admit that said question above is nefarious, evil, wicked trick on the dumbed down American. Admit that no bar member judge is sworn to the Constitution. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's find out. I bet you most of them aren't. Uh, that was commentary. Back to reading. Admit that the administrative bar judges administers unconstitutionally over free men who live outside the United States and do it without a jury. Admit that all men are by nature free and independent. You think he can deny any of this? What else we got here? Admit that a man who lives within the United States is a servant or under contract or without constitutional common law rights by status and standing. Admit that the Constitution / trust indenture separates three equal branches of government. Admit the executive branch of government is bound by the Constitution. Admit that the legislative branch of government is bound by the Constitution. Admit that the judicial branch of government is bound by the Constitution, and yet the judiciary bar operatives operate outside of our constitutional government within the private bar membership association, and that the bar is not aligned with the American Constitution, all fundamentals of law, nor the United States of America, nor we the people. Oh, I'd love to see him try and prove that he is. Admit that bar attorney Steve Leto with the law office in Southfield, Michigan, teaches that the number one thing not in the Constitution is God. All right, now see, I've been talking about this guy in previous videos. I can spell his name for you. Lehto. He's got a law office in Southfield, Michigan. He wants to teach you that God is the number one thing not in the Constitution. I'm going to cover this again now. For Mr. Leto, and for all that he tries to deceive, a little wakey moment. All the states' constitutions are ratified in the federal Constitution. Here we go. Giddy up. I got out of 47 that I put into a Word document, and I hit go to the find and hit search. You can write a word and hit find. See how many times you find that word. I did that. Lord, 7 times in the Tennessee Constitution. Prayer, 17 times. Blessings, 22 times. God, 47 times. Worship, 105 times. Religious, 213 times. Now, Mr. Leto, bar attorney, putting out YouTube videos, teaching you God ain't in the Constitution. What else is the idiot teaching you? He's teaching you have no right to privacy. None. Zero. Uh-huh. What else he tell you? He says happiness is not in the Constitution. Well, here's a couple of words that are in those 47 states, and they all were. I said Lord 7 times in the Tennessee Constitution. Everything down from that's all combined, right? I mean, that's what it's telling me. There might be more. I don't know if that thing's working correctly or not. Uh, so defending 20 times. Defending what? Defending your rights. Your right to life, liberty, privacy, security, all of them. You got franchise, you got immunity, and you got the right to defend that. Oh, not just a right, a duty. A duty. So that's why this war is so dangerous. Because these road pirates, that means a guy with a badge with lights on the top of his car, wears a gun, respect my authority. Dumbed down moron, most of them. Now, I know a lot of you guys are good guys. You got in this for the right reason. They train you wrong, and we've all been dumbed down. Every one of us, since our first breath. It's gone on for generations. The truth might hurt. Get over it. Make the truth sweet. If the truth hurts, well, then do something about it and make the truth sweet. Well, you have a chance. No force is excessive in defending your life. And you have an absolute right to privacy. And you have an absolute right to travel on the roads without a plate, without a registration, without an operator's license. And when some ill-informed, ill-trained servant takes a multi-ton vehicle, puts on all these lights to force you off the road, and if you don't, they'll hit your bumper. They'll try and twist you around, flip your car, drive you into a ditch. They threaten you. They show you. They put it on TV. They broadcast it on the news. You better pull over or we're going to do this. We will run your car right off the road. I don't care if you got a kid in the back seat. I don't care if you're on your way to save your dying mother. Well, I'm going to tell you what, it don't matter. I could just be going about my business and nothing else. And I might decide to defend my life with some pretty strong force. This idiot's going to get out of his car with his weapon loaded. And a feeling of authority over you, your servant. Authority over you. And I come marching up to you, give you an order. And put one right between the eyes. They come up wearing a bulletproof vest, heavy boots. Who do they think they are? Now, I've been trying to educate. But these sheriffs, a lot of you are good men. You are. I know you are. I'm going to be calling on his executive manager for the state of Michigan in a state of emergency with the highest authority and all the PCAPs and in the highest court. I'm going to be ordering the sheriffs in the surrounding county of Kalkaska County and the sheriffs that advertise as constitutional sheriffs that are not on the border of Kalkaska into Kalkaska County. And we will restore the Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department to a lawful sheriff's department. Then we will get a sheriff or sheriffs. I'm working on it. Gretchen, get your stuff in order because they're going to be coming for you. Unless the FBI wants to come get you. I ain't playing. And the PCAPs are out. Truth is out. Sign who sign Jose Lugo's notice. Nah, sorry. See, brainwashed. Got a little something was caught in there. Autograph. See, we're human. We make mistakes. God is perfect. I'm just old man. Look at me. You put an autograph. However, you can represent your strong man, put a signature. If you're in business, you got an LLC, you got a corporation. Own your authority, understand who you are, what these parasites are. I want to see what this says here. It says we had 50 sheriff cars at the sheriff meeting office for some week-long thing. Then it was the state police cars here for meetings with the sheriff. Then it was the city cops here for meetings. Yeah, you got me there, Ethan. I sign. Now, my videos, I watch a comment come in, and before I can even read it, it's gone. I have people telling me they're deleting comments. I know. I'm watching views go down. I'm watching thumbs up go down. So, spread this information far and wide. Now, you got to get over this fear. I'm calling on the Patriots to do what you need to do. Create yourself a notice of liability and serve it on your sheriff. I talk about it early in my Own Your Authority series videos. It's in the early videos. And then recently, I talk about it quite a bit. And I believe I got one even titled on it. All right. Make it easy for you. Oh, geez. We got the scheduled program to do the reading here. I'm gonna give God a little bit more smoke here, and because God gets all the smoke, and I need it. I need to do for God. Where did I leave off here? I gotta find my place. Oh yeah, Mr. Leto. That is Steve. Could be Stephen. Steve Leto, Lehto, with the law office in Southfield, Michigan, teaches that the number one thing not in the Constitution is God. So get over there on YouTube, hit the search, 10 things not in the Constitution, and you'll see it. Admit that the constitutional republic states have ratified their respective constitutions with the federal constitutions. Admit that God is mentioned in the constitutions of the republic states that are ratified in the United States Constitution. Admit that God is mentioned in the constitutions of the republic states. Admit that pray is mentioned in the Constitution of the republic states. All right, now for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the next about 10 is that same thing. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it, the whole sentence, and then I'm just going to read, admit that Lord. All right. So, as an example, admit that Lord is mentioned in the Constitution of the Republic States. Now, these are all the same. Admit that religion, admit that worship, admit that happiness, admit that enjoy, admit that enjoyment, admit that private, admit that privacy, admit that free, admit that freedom, admit that freedom is mentioned in the Constitution of the Republic States. All right. So those are all to that format. Admit that freedom is mentioned. Oh, I did that. Admit that an American man is by nature free and independent. Admit that a Michigan man is by nature free and independent. Admit that no entity has contract over a free man. Admit that no man has contract over a free man. Admit that no man can administer over a free man. Admit that no entity can administer over a free man. Admit that common law is based from biblical teachings. Admit that common law is the founding law of the Republic States constitutions. Admit that common law is the highest law across the common land. Admit that common law of we the people's position of highest authority, categorized with article and section, that administrates a limited and just authority to government and contractors of. Admit that by law categorizes with statute, act, regulation, and rule that administrates a limited authority to government servants who are bound by oath and also for contractors of government. All right. There's another quite a bit of reading and probably commentary. I'm approaching an hour here. I know time is short for a lot of people. It's tough to sit through even sometimes a 15-minute video. But this is important. This is your freedom, your government. I'm proving to you. Want you dead, want you sick, want you in misery, want you in fear. And your servants are working with private foreign entities. The whole thing's been infiltrated. It's all upside down. Are we at war? Those garrison commanders. Let's talk about that again. Let's not forget that. All right. Hey, people, I've been a man alone. Everyone's afraid. A lot of people think I'm crazy. Oh, Ethan, you'll never get a patent on marijuana. You can't patent a natural substance. Well, you stupid moron. When you use an emulsifier and combine it with something else, it's no longer a natural compound. And when you come up with a novel use and you provide something that science cannot do, that's so beneficial and so novel for health, you can get a patent. So you college-educated morons that try and make an idiot out of me, tell me how stupid I am, wake up. And hey, look, I am being animated, and it's worth it. because you need to hear it. You got to hear it. I wouldn't be doing, look, the remedies that I have offered everybody have been about for the benefit of all and for minimum consequence hardship for the other side. And in some cases, just like pretty much scot free. I mean, uh, just do the right thing. Lord says you be redeemed. And you cannot have faith without work, people. All right, so I kind of got to get gathered up. I got so much stuff spread out here. I got to get it gathered up and get it put away properly, and prepare for the next one. I'll finish this reading, and then I'm not sure where we go next. I might do the situation with the Michigan unemployment because that's quite a story, very interesting, and how they did what they could to make sure that I didn't get that PCT filing, right? That international patent. That was my last chance. So I had to come up with thousands and thousands of dollars for the notice of allowance and to pay for a continuance application. And I just couldn't make the PCT. And that's another story. That, oh, not just Michigan unemployment. No, this involves bar attorneys. Yeah. Imagine that. Bar attorneys. Oh yeah, there's an arrest order for one of them. And an affidavit that hasn't been served, that's been in Sheriff Pat Whiteford's hands since June 2021. I gotta investigate the date on the FBI and Gretchen Whitmer. That's just very interesting. Very interesting coincidence. And then that Kalkaska County prosecutor just boot scoop boogie. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I encourage you to share this information. I encourage you to study and learn. I encourage you to own your own authority, break the chain. Create that notice of liability, serve it on your sheriff. You won't be in administrative court. Put your vehicle into private. Quit paying for a plate. Quit paying for a tab. Quit being a slave. Be free. Yep. Gretchen Esther Whitmer. Yeah, everybody be safe. Don't fall on the sword. I am going to read. I will read the affidavit that's going to be going to the sheriffs in the surrounding counties and those sheriffs that advertise as constitutional sheriffs. And there's no out for them except to be treasonous. I talked to enough of them. I know what their mental blocks are. So we're doing it with a kiss. No, no, not keep it simple, stupid. I wouldn't talk to you that way. I have one of the most intelligent audiences. I do. And and the thing is, no matter how smart you are, you can't fix stupid. Well, maybe you can. Well, anyways, so let's just say you can't fix stupid. So let's just do it with a kiss. God's kiss. Keep it stupidly simple. Stupidly simple. That way, the stupid can understand it. The dumb down can understand it. All right. Much love, blessings, and a very short prayer. Heavenly Father, give these people strength to break their chain, to read their state's constitutions and all the state's constitutions, that they put their vehicle into private and stop giving this money to the government and being slaves to the road pirates. Let's shut down these administrative courts. And set the people free. By the people, of the people, for the people. By God, amen. Blessings on all. Love you all. Be strong. Be safe. Be smart. Power of the pen. Giddy up.